Hi, it's Debbie Williams. I'm an NLP trainer and hypnotherapist, and today I'd like to talk about how to stop the paranoia of thoughts that go round and round and round in your head. I have a client that I've been working with who has this thought over and over: what if my drink is spiked? And it's literally ruining her life. And I've explained to her that what you've got to realise that this thought hasn't actually got legs. It's like a parasite that's got stuck into your brain, and it's playing the same record over and over and over and over. And what happened for her was that she was able to go out and have a drink and drink it. It was okay, and she felt quite pleased, but then she felt that, oh well, what if it is spiked, and if something is going to happen, it's going to happen in the next hour. And of course nothing happened in the next hour, and she's feeding this paranoia by giving it energy. And she's had this problem for about 15 years. And it reminded me of a thought process that I used to do inside my mind, which was go over and over of no matter what I did, this brain would be thinking, well, we're going to sabotage it anyway, and we're going to mess this up for you. And that's the kind of thought process she's stuck in at the moment, because within a week everything kind of fell apart because of this thought process. And I'm trying to get through to her that it is just this brain having a thought. It's not something that you were born with. It's something that you learned to do, and you fed it, and it's become bigger and bigger and bigger. And how to resolve this is how I work with clients, is two roads. One, which I call a happiness journal, of keeping the successes that happen. And for her, she's had loads of successes. She's like a parallel person. On the one side, she's very, very capable, and she's done a lot of good things in her life, and when she switches her mind to it, she can do it. But on the other side, she loses her power to this almost entity, this parasite that rules, and it rules so much that it changes the energy in the system, it enervates her, and it pulls her back into a place that's totally, totally unresourceful. And the work that I'm doing with her at the moment is training her to focus, to build up the happiness and the success, so that we've got that recorded, and to record on post-it notes the negative, the paranoia, the thoughts, so that we go through a process of questioning those thoughts. There's one little thing that you can do, which is to say to those thoughts, shut them up. That can sometimes give you relief for a period of time. Sometimes more stuff is needed, and that's where we're going at the moment, is to question these thoughts, not just in your head, because sometimes in your head it kind of goes in and out, but on paper, by writing down the thoughts on post-it notes. It's like saying to the brain, I'd like to lose these post-it notes, I'd like to forget about them. And by processing each one, of asking, is this thought true? Is it helping me in some way? Is there a better way that it can actually help me? There's lots of questions that we'll be working through that will help break down those disabling beliefs. And I shared with her that Paul McKenna used to have a sarcastic voice inside his head, that he thought, if I was walking down the street and somebody spoke to me like that, I'd be saying, I'd want to hit them, because I wouldn't put up with that. So why am I putting up with it inside my head? And that's exactly what she's doing, and you may well be doing at the moment, is putting up with thoughts that are actually disempowering you. And so what Paul did, he started questioning these thoughts, and he said, well, if you're so clever, why don't you show me what I need to do before I mess up, so that I don't mess up, otherwise get the hell out of my head. And he started arguing with these thoughts. And because Paul came from a more level place of balance than perhaps you are at the moment, he found doing that resolved it quite quickly. And sometimes it may take a little bit more work, a little bit more structure. And if you click the link below, you can download my free Stop Worrying recording, and also you'll be on my coaching email, which will tell you every month, what goals have you set this month, what's gone well the previous month. And by recording successes and setting new goals for yourself, you can see progress, and it's recorded. See, if you don't record stuff, then you can be like a boat with no oars, that you're on the sea, and if the sea's calm, everything's going lovely. And like my client, she'd been abroad, and for the time that she was abroad, she didn't have any problems. It was like it stopped. Now that tells me if it can stop then, it can stop now. And I want you to maybe just close your eyes for a few moments and just imagine, if you would, that as you take a deep breath in and as you just let go. What if you could use your imagination to picture now your life just being calmer? What if you could use your imagination now to imagine this red stop sign that was there between you and these thoughts? What if you started using the phrase, when those thoughts come in, of this brain is having a thought, this brain is having a thought, of asking, is this thought helping me or hurting me? And if the answer is that it's hurting you, then that's the key for you to realise that this is not your intelligent self. This is the parasite talking. And if you have a fear of bugs, which a lot of people with OCD do, of bacteria and contamination, then what the hell are you doing feeding this bug? Because that's all it is a parasite. And if you could see it for what it is right now and start to shrink it down, start to imagine, if you open to a higher source, whether you believe in God or your creator or angels or whatever your beliefs are, and even if you don't believe it, what if you could imagine that you had a team of helpers who were able to help you to lift the weight of the world off your shoulders, to lift all of this anxiety and tension and fear and disempowerment, starting to be dissolved into new feelings. Because on my free CD, there's an opportunity to dump all your worries into a worry buster machine, where it's like a washing machine. It cleans out all of the garbage and it spins things, creating new solutions. So what if you started to keep a feel-good journal, a success journal, and over time it built into quite a journal where you could look at it and think, yeah, I have done that, and yeah, I have succeeded with that. And where you started to get your strength back to look at the parasite, the part of your mind that you know isn't the good one because it doesn't make you feel good, that you start to click that actually this is the problem and it's not helping with its unuseful thoughts and beliefs. So that you begin to have some clarity and gain the strength to put that stop sign, say stop, enough, and you process it. And if you want any extra help, drop me an email and I'll send you a couple of worksheets that can help you to process those negative thoughts. And as you get those negative thoughts and you write them on post-it notes, put them in an envelope with the question, what must I learn to move on? Hear yourself saying to those thoughts, what must I learn to move on? Rather than what if, negative, what if, negative, what if, even bigger negative. Because that's what you've been doing and that's what's been hurting you. And it's time now to change for good. And as I count back from 5 to 1, you can come back into the room with a renewed sense of energy, optimism, and feeling like a layer has been lifted. And the more you listen, the more this makes sense, that actually this thought, it hasn't legs, it is a parasite, and I've been feeding it for far too long. And it's time to feed the good feelings and the truth to allow you now to come back into full waking consciousness, feeling completely at one.